It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. Who knows what we're in store for here under the lights on Monday night?
This is a city that's hosted more Super Bowls than almost anybody else. And, oh yeah, Brock, they've won a couple of their own along the way, too. We're in the home of the Buccaneers, Tampa, Florida, and Raymond James Stadium. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over them for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
And we're playing under the lights and some heavy rain here tonight. And we're off from Tampa. Gray now on the return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. So out come the Giants, their first drive of the game coming up. They'll be led out by this promising young signal caller, already a starter in his first season out of Ole Miss.
It's always fun, puts a smile on my face when I see a rookie leading an offense out. A lot of them look like 10-year vets with confidence and poise in the middle of that huddle, in the middle of their teammates. But let's watch his first couple throws. That's where sometimes you can see some of those nerves slipping through.
And he only manages one, couple of defenders there to bring him down.
I've talked to running backs over the years, Kate, and the transition from the college game to the pro game. They'll tell you, there's just times in the NFL you got to run into darkness. You run into a lot of bodies. Perfect example of that on the first down play.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Receiver in motion, headed right. Here's Tracy once more. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him add in a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you can just see the body language. A little nod, a little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Back to throw now. Gets this to Jaxson. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Starts his return from the 23. And he's brought down before the return gets far. So here now are the Buccaneers on offense to begin their first drive. They are brought out by a former #1 pick who always plays with energy and passion, Baker Mayfield.
There's just certain quarterbacks, the way they run on the field. You just say their name and just some adjectives and attributes pop up right away. For Baker Mayfield, scrappy, tough, a will to win. I'm not surprised at all to see himself back in the starting role. Not surprised at all to see him flourish. The dude is mentally tough, he's mentally strong, and he typically makes the most of his opportunities. You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Baker now off the play fake. Bails out of the pocket quick. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Pretty clear here by these 2 play calls. The offense, they wanted to attack this secondary in the passing game. But this defense, well, they more than respond. It's got them in great shape to make a stand right here on 3rd down and finish off a brisk 3-and-out to begin the game.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Throwing, Baker. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
They may not have been the first defense to hit the field today, but certainly they wasted no time making their presence felt. Couple sacks in just the first few plays here, and they'll add more to it if this offense doesn't start to figure out their protection.
Here's Riley Dixon on now for the punt on 4th down. And I imagine they were hoping they wouldn't need to bring him out so soon into this game. Fair catch called for and made. Looks like that's at the 36-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it'll be Giants football. Markers reset, ball at the 37. From the gun, it's Trace. He loses the football. And the Buccaneers scoop it up. Wow, oh wow. He sent his offense out twice now, and both times they fumbled it away. I'm not sure who's more aggravated, the dudes down there or the dude next to me up here.
Well, I'm aggravated, but I know the guy on the field wants to put the offense in the doghouse, like all of them right now. This can't happen in the NFL, Kate. And a lot of guys out there, they got to be looking to one another. Hold each other.
While a new offense preps to head out, we've got a stoppage. They want to make sure this is a turnover. Yeah, pretty bang-bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate, and these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
So the review saves them a turnover. He was, in fact, already down when the ball came free. From the 39. That's complete to Darius Slayton. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Throwing from the gun. He finds Slayton. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Stopped that time by Jamel Dean. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 37. Gets this to Slayton. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. That play good for 17 and a first down.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Putting a receiver in motion. Shotgun snap, a gift to Tracy. And he's brought down for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Here's 2nd and 11. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that was just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
They kick the running back in motion. To the air, 3rd and long. Connects with Slayton. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
On 4th down, we'll see Graham Gano lead the Giants field goal unit out. A very short kick here from the right hash. The kick by Gonzalez is good. And they're on the board.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. and he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Gano ready to send this away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Tampa Bay sending its offense out. Their second drive coming up. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. First down, here's Baker. That's caught. It's Cade Otton.
The smartest pass catchers I've ever been around, they know how to set up an outcut beautifully. They recognize when they have leverage, how to sell the deep route, and then boom, they just break it out as if it's nothing.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Slot man in motion left. From the 38. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Pass didn't work on 2nd. Let's see how that affects this 3rd down. Baker now from the gun. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, that's one of the moments as a QB you just feel like those defenders are in your huddle. To drop them for a loss on 3rd down can't happen. That's an incredibly quick read by the defense.
The Buccaneers out and into punt formation. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. And he drives this into the pouring rain. And a sure-handed play there in the rain. He brings in the fair catch without a problem. The Giants and Tyrone Tracy are running back on now. So no return on that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. That pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. And he pushes it up across the 30 before going out.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Man there, it's Malik Neighbors. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. It's a gain of 12 there. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
You know, quarterbacks aren't always the one dishing out punishment, but when they take it and they deliver a frozen rope, when they deliver a ball right on target just like that, and the respect factor grows 100-fold with your teammates.
And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
From the 46, he's got Bellinger. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Yaya Diaby brings him down.
This defense didn't give up contain there, Kate. That was an instance where the more exciting plays were taken away downfield. And even looking to the tight end wasn't going to net them much.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. A give to Tracy up the middle. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
So often, one of the things you have to teach running backs at the NFL level, you don't always have to hit a home run. Especially in short yardage situations, just go get that single and move the chains.
Play action on first down. Flushed out of the pocket. Now he takes it. And he slides down. We'll see what the business is with this penalty flag. This could be coming back. So the refs get him for holding, and that's going to back this offense up. That's the end of our first quarter. 3 more to go still on Monday night. Just a field goal separates these two. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break. Welcome back. We'll begin this second quarter with the Giants in possession. They've got a first to begin the frame. They go right back to Tracy. And he gets him around 6 there. That's Antoine Winfield Jr. up to make that play. They'll take 6 on the play. Now they'll face 2nd and 14.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. Man, offenses love execution and plays like that on first down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for 2nd down.
On the handoff, this is Tracy. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 3 yards almost gets him back to even, but it's going to be 3rd and 11 now. Throwing with a blitz on the way. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down. Staying between the tackles with Tracy. And they had that one contained right at the line. Hauled down by Christian Izien. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
2nd and 10 now. Connects with Johnson. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. Third and just 2 to go. A handoff to Tracy. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Most of the people watching will forget about that play in a couple minutes, but the coaches won't forget. He has that filed away the next time he really needs to pick up a few yards.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. This is Tracy. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. It's a pickup of 5, and that brings up 2nd and goal.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, New York! The Giants make it a 9-point advantage. Malik Neighbors with a touchdown. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Bronk. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Gano's point after is good. And the Giants make it a 10-point ball game. Gano ready to send this away. Returning it from the 4. He stopped on the return at the 27. Tampa Bay are ready to head out to the field. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Mayfield on 1st and 10. This one's taken in by Otten. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
1st and 10, it's Mayfield. Grabbed by Chris Godwin. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Second and 3 now. Straight ahead, it's Irving. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Dexter Lawrence on the tackle. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3. Right back to Irving now. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Not trying to do too much there. Short yardage situation. Just make sure you get to the marker and reset those chains.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Once again, Irving. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
His goal's pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you can come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. They'll send their tight end right. That's complete, Mike Evans. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Running back sent in motion. Hits him on the out route. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. We're at the 2-minute warning now from Raymond James. The Buccaneers trailing in the early going. First and 10, here's Mayfield. Catch made by Bucky Irving. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Mayfield to throw again. This throw is caught. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal. Baker throwing again. Has it down close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. Irving goes the wrong way and is going to lose several here.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. And look at the footwork there, touchdown! The Buccaneers make it a one-score game before halftime. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
On is Chase McLaughlin for the point after. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And the Buccaneers cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Gray now on the return. Return's looking good so far. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. The Giants take over now late in this first half. Holding just a field goal lead. Probably going to see them play it close to the vest in the time we've got remaining. Back now, pressure on its way. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Jamel D makes the play. And he takes this one back for the pick 6. But we all know getting the interception is the important thing, Brock. But how about this guy having the wherewithal to transition into a really nice return to then get the touchdown out of it, too?
Yeah, that's a great point. We talk about it with receivers, right? Getting vertical right away after making a catch. Same thing for these defenders when they make a pick. They secure the football, sure. But instantly they go back to their offensive days. They want that touchdown, and they want a moment they won't forget.
McLaughlin tacks on the extra point. And the Buccaneers take a 4-point lead. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Has this at the 6. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. He's racing past midfield. He could get there. And he does. Touchdown. Well, when it's set up perfectly, Brock, and you get an exciting return man back there fielding it, wow, there are not many plays in football more exciting than taking a kick back for 6.
Find those blockers, follow those blockers, and then step on the gas. So simple for me to describe, yet so tough to execute on the field.
That one splits the uprights. And the Giants push their lead to 3. After watching one kick get taken back, partner, let's see how well they can replicate it as this one's away. From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Last drive of the half isn't going to be long. 14 seconds remaining. Looks like they'll play it safe with a run to the outside. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Tyler Nubin with the tackle. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Mayfield now from the gun. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
You know what I like about this shot down the field, Kate? It keeps a defense honest. They know defensively, if we overcommit, we could get burned deep.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Irving on the inside give. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. We're through 2 here with the Giants overcoming home field advantage. They've got the lead at the break. Now we'll keep it in-state, but send you a couple hours away to our buddy in Orlando. It's Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Reports. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the 2nd half. Return coming from the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Buccaneers getting their offense set to go to begin the 3rd. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. From the gun, Mayfield. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's out of bounds after getting across the 45. Now about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. Brian Dable has that challenge flag pulled. He wants to take another look at this. Well, we're going to see how much of a sideline maven he is, Brock. This one very close, whether he got the feet down or not.
And I'm so impressed by all these mavens because you've got to make that transition from college where 1 foot, you're good.
Yep.
But not at this level. You've got to be a ballerina. You got to get those toes both in, and the replay booth will be the judge of it.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Now here's Mayfield. Completed over the middle. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
Shotgun handoff to Irving. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, sometimes football and poker have a lot in common. You don't want to tell at the poker table, and you don't want one at the line of scrimmage. Sometimes just it's alignment. It's the way these linemen breathe. It's the blood in their knuckles the defenders read and react to. I think that time a tell was in play because the defense was all over that counter before it could get started.
Irving hauls it in. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
3rd and short, Mayfield. He has the 1st over the middle. And they're going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers take the lead right away in half number 2. The impact this guy has had on this game, Brock, has been massive. They'd be on the comeback trail right now if it wasn't for his 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and that second one far bigger than his first when you just look at the game circumstances. Puts him in front here in the 2nd half. It puts a little jet fuel in the engines of their defense.
McLaughlin, attack on the extra point. Extra point sent in through the rain. And the Buccaneers take a 4-point lead. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. He fields it from the 8. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. The Giants about to get to work on offense. They find themselves trailing after the opening drive touchdown, and heck, it really set up to be an entertaining second half if they're able to answer here. Airing it out to start this drive. He fires one deep down the middle. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
They run. Here's Tracy. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. And no surprise here, they declined the flag because the play got a first down, so they're going to happily let it stand. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Robinson sent in motion left. They'll run here following the penalty. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This game has evolved so much over the years, but there's just certain times, there's certain moments, some flashes of greatness like that you see Dick Butkus, that you see Jack Lambert, that you see Mike Singletary. These middle linebackers stuffing a run. This guy in particular, like the greats used to do.
And they're going to get him down just shy of midfield. Still a nice gain, though, up to the 49. Now, after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Third and 4 coming up now. Back to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Giants will have a first down.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. He's got a man left. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Yaya Diaby brings him down. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Dropping back to throw. Catch made, Tyrone Tracy. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. That's a drop-back pass. When you get a big play on the screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
Here's Tracy. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
He's got it on the bootleg. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately, no connection to be made.
Here he is on 3rd and long. And he takes it in. Touchdown, New York! The Giants grab the lead on their first series of the half. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired, but that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
Gano for the PAT. Got a good plant in the rain there. The extra point flies through. And the Giants push their lead to 3. Gano ready to send this away. His return starts at the 5. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield ready for this next possession. And he has to be happy about his game. We're checking some of the highlights right now that he's made so far. A good showing that's seen him in the zone from time to time. And also he's just seen the field well from his spot in the middle of this offense. They've got first down from the 31. Baker now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Second and 3 now. Here's the give to Irving. Blast through midfield. And he's finally hauled down at the 43. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Here's Baker. Got his target. It's Otten. And they bring him down around the 34. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Irvin here from the gun. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on to that one through a well-placed hit.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Man in motion, headed right. Throwing again is Baker. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line.
Well, nothing very fancy about that. That's just a textbook curl route. I think they were running curl routes last century, and it's a play that works a high percentage of the time then, just like it did now.
Third down, 1 yard to go. On the give, this is Irving. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. The give for the first time to Rachaad White. And they bring him down pretty quickly at the 10. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Here's Baker to throw. This one's caught. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further.
You know, Kate, it's almost as if the defense invited him to make that throw. That was a play they knew they could defend, and they stopped it right at the line.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. They bring a tight end in motion right. Only 1 quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the 3rd. It's Buccaneer football. They trail, but it's still within reach for them. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. To throw is Mayfield. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
As we're into the 4th quarter, we know this. We know that money down could not be any more important than right now. Both sides are certainly fatigued. You feel it in both their play. But battling through what's been a physical contest all game long, going to be the key here down the stretch.
So Chase McLaughlin is on in a high-pressure spot. It's from the left hash, 33 yards. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And in the 4th quarter, that's going to tie the game.
And we're barely into this quarter, Kate, and already a tied game, a whole new game. Starting from this point, every single possession will be a premium.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Gray now on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now here comes the New York offense. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended Brock in a touchdown. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Connects with Jaxson. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Running this with Tracy. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead, well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
And for the Buccaneers, it's a nickel look. 3rd down coming. Here's a throw. He's on the move. He's running for it. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the 1st.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
The Giants are set to punt. And he's getting the call for the second time this game. First punt win 45 yards. This looks considerably further. Fair catch made a little beyond the 20-yard line. No return on that punt. And the Buccaneers will get set to go on offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Carry here for Irving. And he's brought down for a loss.
Hey, range? Range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Throwing, Baker. It is Cup, left side. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Now a carry by Irving. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. It's a gain of only 1 yard. That's going to leave him with a 4th and 2. Tampa Bay in punt formation now. Riley Dixon, the one to kick it away. And he drives this one into the pouring rain. The fair catch taken in at the 28-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it'll be their football. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. A give right side to Tracy. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They go right back to Tracy. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. A 5-yard gain on the play. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
Go ahead. Find me an offense that won't take that type of efficiency on every snap. Listen, it was good execution, a quality gain, and it moved the sticks.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Changing things up. They're going to throw now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
In a situation like this, you got to be a fixer. I mean, this game is hard, and you get into known passing situations, it gets even more difficult. But when you don't get rid of the ball and you take another sack, you make this 3rd down a near impossibility.
The Buccaneers add another DB. 3rd down coming up. Looking to throw. That's incomplete. Trying to set up the screen there. Looking for the back that time. And that brings up 4th and long.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, Coaches know, got to execute and convert on these third downs.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Looking to return from the 29. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Field. That's going to be caught by Evans. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset? They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10. Baker now. This one finds Irving. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down. Going with Irving here. And he made a bid for it. It's a good gain that's stopped down at the 3. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. Straight ahead, it's Irving. And he falls through the defense for a touchdown. The Buccaneers have taken the lead late. So how about the determination there? This game has been as hard fought as you will see. But they grab hold of the lead here with a late touchdown that may just win them the ball game.
You could almost feel them saying, Kate, we don't want overtime. Let's go out and get it done now. They accomplished their goal, but you do have to ask the question, do they leave too much time on the clock? Stay tuned.
That one right down the middle. And the Buccaneers break that tie and now lead by 7. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Gray now on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Giants offense all set to get started. Still time to go, Bronk, but that touchdown has them down now 7. They've got to find the end zone here. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. And they got there in time. He's taken down. And a big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
No one picks him up, and he reminded everyone in the building why that's a major mistake. The linebacker's athleticism on full display. A sack in under 2 seconds? That's a select group of players on the planet who could pull that off.
He's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. They'll motion Slayton left. Here he is to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Has it downfield, working the left. And he gets him the touchdown. And now a potential game-deciding play call coming up. So they get the all-important touchdown here late in the game, Brock. Now the question, play for the tie or go for 2 and the lead?
And I know they've got all these charts and numbers and analytics to tell you what to do, but this comes down to the gut and the trust of the head coach. Does he trust his offense more to go get this 2-point conversion, or is he going to lean in his defense and believe that they can get the stop?
And everyone can breathe easier now. His try is good, and they found a way to tie it late in the 4th. Gano ready to send this away. He'll take this at the 10. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. The Buccaneers ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. Good starting field position for the Buccaneers, 1st and 10. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Two timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Tampa spends its 2nd timeout now. Still one more in their pocket to use. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Now it's Irving. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. Now the offense going to take its 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Time not on their side here as they get set for 1st down. No timeouts remaining either. Right back to Irving now. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know how we hear about teams and quarterbacks avoid targeting a stud cornerback, just throwing away from him? Well, maybe they should avoid running it anywhere near this guy. He's having no issue stopping these plays cold.
Hurry up offense now as time runs down. Here he is to throw. Finds his man. It's Godwin. Decent gain here, but short of the 1st. From the jaws of defeat, they snatch this game away. And now we're off in overtime to decide it. Gray now on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. So here come the Giants, ready to take over again on offense. And after watching their passing attack take them the length of the field last drive, Brock, I expect we're probably going to see a heavy dose of the aerial attack again here. First throw of overtime now. Finds a man, right side. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. New set of downs for him at the 38. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And he's brought down after a short gain. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Shotgun snap, a gift to Tracy. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one, and now it's 3rd and 8.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got to tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
And for the Buccaneers, it's a nickel look, 3rd down coming. He'll throw it. That's caught for the first. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And the Giants will have a first down.
Now here's a spot where the timing's got to be absolutely perfect, Kate, between the quarterback and the receiver. That throw is made before that receiver's ever thinking of coming out of his cut. Too early, it's incomplete. Too late, and it's headed the other way.
1st and 10 from the 41. Finds his target, Robinson. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
That's really good instinct by the eyes up in the sky. The play caller seeing space on the perimeter, a well-timed screen, and a positive gain out of it.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tracy. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 21. This throw is caught. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
Kate, I can promise you, you go back and look at the most efficient offenses in the NFL over the last couple decades, one thing will resonate. You've got to be able to attack the middle of the field. It's great to do it with receivers. It's awesome with tight ends. But when you get that influence from your running backs, man, you become a dangerous offense to stop.
And he pushes them a little closer to the 3. Only 1 on the carry, so that's going to bring up 2nd and goal from the 3.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. They'll try and throw it here. Buying some time. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Giants claim a 6-point lead. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Gano ready to send this away. Return starts at the 3. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Buccaneer offense back out for another series. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now he gets a shot here in overtime. Hauled in by Godwin. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Here's a toss to White. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in a locker room and in the huddle is you could be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Baker now from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And 4th and 4 coming up. Nice work by the defense on that drive, Brock, as it looks like they're going to get off the field here with a 3 and out.
Yeah, kept them from generating any sort of momentum to give this drive legs. We know offenses, they've got to see the chains move to get it going. But that forcible hit knocked the ball loose.
And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. They come through with 6 yards there, Brock, and they're rewarded with a new set of downs.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another 4th down.
And oh, he drops it. He had all the space in the world, Brock. He got behind the defense, and he just looked away before he brought it in. A big missed opportunity.
You know, Kate, we see this all the time at every level of football. You've got to catch it first. It's just like when a receiver receives a handoff. You got to secure the ball, then let your athleticism take off.
Baker throwing again. Finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. 1st and 10, here's Mayfield. And this time they're gonna get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Here's what I know. I know this one, Kate, from personal experience. After this one's over, QB, well, he's gonna spend some time in that cold tub because he's been in so much time on the ground, taking a beating today. This offensive line, this offense has got to find a way to protect the passer.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Motioning him from the slot right. Another try following the sack. On target to Godwin. And they get this down to the 28. One yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Irving on the inside give. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. 6 yards on the play and enough for a 1st.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Throwing again is Baker. And they will score. It's a Tampa touchdown. The Buccaneers get it down to a single point. Mike Evans with the touchdown. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the fourth quarter that could go either way.
McLaughlin, attack on the extra point. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And the Buccaneers bring it back to even. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now this offense getting set to work here. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Sometimes you're looking to push the ball down the field. But as I've said before, the crumbs lead to a cookie. And you never go broke taking a profit, and those big tight ends will often find you those easy check down yards.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Got it, man. Robinson has it. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Timeout called, and that's going to be the 2nd for New York, as they'll be left with just one more to work with here in OT. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 43. Connects on the crosser. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about a big hitter, 34 yards there and a new set of downs?
Well, the offense wanted to spark, and he delivered a lightning bolt. Huge gain that totally changes the tone of this drive.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Staying between the tackles with Tracy. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
The Giants are going to call their final timeout here. And they'll be unable to stop the clock again here in overtime. This one of the biggest moments of the game for Graham Gano. Tampa spends its 2nd timeout now. And that'll leave them with just one remaining in overtime. And now the entire game rests on his next kick. From 37 yards in the right hash. The kick is good. He got it. And they've taken back the lead.
Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
So it's a win for the visiting Giants. And they only needed to set him up with a shot to connect and win it with 3, and his aim was true to make it happen and put an end to this competitive ball game. With Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a well-earned win for the Giants, as with that, we sign off from Tampa.